Hey there, it's Walt. So today I wanted to talk with you about hurricanes and tornadoes and flash floods and wildfires and things like that. I've always been fascinated by people who live in danger-prone zones who, after a natural catastrophe, go back and rebuild their homes, whether it be in hurricane-prone areas along the coast, whether it be in canyons that are prone to wildfires or tornado alleys. People who go back again and again and again and rebuild what they had there, only to suffer the same experience over and over and over again. Now, I get it. I get wanting to be rooted to a particular place. I get wanting to have things back to the way they were. And I think one of our great gifts of our humanity is our tenacity, is our desire to muscle through no matter what. And frankly, that's what has given us some of the great inventions, great developments, great evolutions of our time, is our ability to muscle through, to push against the impossible, to create. And there are certain immutable forces like hurricanes and tornadoes and flash fires and all of that, all of those natural disaster things. There's certain immutable forces that we can't push against. And I think it was Einstein who said the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. We've had this thing called a pandemic, and we're beginning to see whole swaths of the world reopen again, which is exciting, and it's wonderful to anticipate getting back to normal, whatever that might look like. And the tendency that we will have is to go back out into our businesses, back out into our careers, back out to our lives, and do things the way we did them before. And I want to invite you, before you do that, just to stop for a moment and ask yourselves, what are the lessons that I learned about my business, about my life, about my career? Where was I vulnerable? Where were the foundations weak? What happened during this time that I don't ever want to happen again? Was my business too bricks and mortar based? Was my career too focused on one area of the market? Was I too dependent on one particular client? Was I not light enough in terms of my debt obligations? Or was I not facile enough around remote learning and remote working? Where was I vulnerable? What do I want to protect in the future? How might I want to do something different so that I'm never, ever again in this spot? Because the truth is that there will always be hurricanes and tornadoes and flash floods and wildfires. They will come with regularity. There will always be interruptions. Please God, not soon. There will be another pandemic. There will be something that sets us back again in terms of our business and our professional lives. And what are the lessons that we can learn from this so that we're not simply rocketing out into the world thinking that we're going to muscle through the next thing only to have it all tumble back down again? This has been an amazing time to stop and to reflect. Many people have called it the great pause. And in this moment of pause, before we go back out there, doing the assessment, taking the inventory. You know, after every event, webinar, teleseminar, virtual event, live event, we do a debrief. And the questions we ask are, what did we do well and what might we do differently? Did well, do differently. Well, it's a really good moment in time around our businesses, our careers, our professional lives, our personal lives to ask that question right now, to debrief this period of time. Did well, do differently. So that when the next hurricane or natural disaster or pandemic comes, we're not back in the same spot. What did we do well? What will we do differently? Make it a great rest of the day, great rest of the week. Talk soon.